Hi, in this video, I'd like to show you how we can attach non-related people in the other category from any given record into the tree. So both of these are non-biologically related to this Mulroney family here. They are listed in the census as borders. So typically with any of our community projects, we are just connecting families together and just skipping any non-biological ones. But say that you do want to attach everyone, this is how you would go about it, some different considerations. So we're going to be using both of these buttons here. First, we're going to open the image and look at the census itself and find these people and what they're listed as. Here we see the Mulroney family, but it flows onto the next page. We're going to click next so that we can see these individuals. Here we see two borders and accompanied by the father. So the Mulroney family, I guess, grandfather, the father of the head of the household is listed here. And so these borders are about 40 years old, coal miners, and they're born in Ireland. So from our tab, we're going to go back to SourceLinker and open up the record here and see all of what was indexed from that record. So let's take a look at Mark Smurf. Let's try to find him. So here is all of his information that was indexed from this 1880 census, everything that we know about him. And the first course of action I would recommend is try to attach him to the family tree. If family tree can find his information already floating out there in the tree somewhere, then that's going to be our best bet, our fastest bet. So we're going to take a look, click on possible matches, and we'll see that he's not listed here. So that course of action was a dead end for us. We're just going to close out of that one single tab, come back to this record here, and keep that open. So the next thing that I would do is do a search in Family Tree for an existing person. So we're not going to click on search and go into records. We're going to go into Family Tree and find. So this is going to try to find somebody that's already created in the tree, not just a bunch of records. So what do we know about this man? We know Mark's Murph is what he is listed as here in the 1880 census. This event place was Illinois. So we're going to click more options to kind of expand that out. So we are searching for any life event that is going to be in Illinois. And I typically put a 10-year buffer on this. So we're looking in the 1880 census. So I'm going to put 1870 to 1890. But, you know, we can rearrange that and do stuff later on. Again, this isn't supposed to be a super detailed video about every single thing that you would do to find a person. I'm just going to try to find them quickly and show you how that would, how we would go about doing so. And then our next thing that we know is that he was born in Ireland around 1840. So we're going to click on birth and do Ireland in 1840. And again, a buffer on there, 1830, 1850. You don't have to do that, but let's just see if Family Search has any possible people. And I would only look in the first page. If there's really good matches, go for it. If not, we can just skip it. But this seems to be a pretty good match. So we have Mark Murphy. So we were searching for Mark Smurf. Mark Murphy, very close match here, 1840 in Ireland. He's married in Illinois and a death in Missouri. So with some further information, some further research, we could narrow it down and see if that is indeed the person that we're looking for. So if that is, then we would copy his PID number, come back here to SourceLinker, put him as the focus person. Let me copy that PID number. I don't think I did. And so put him as the focus person, change the right-hand focus person and paste that in here. And we could then attach that person over if that is indeed the right person. So that's step number one. If you find somebody that's already existing in the tree, we attach them in Source Linker like this. But say we don't have a person that we know in the tree that exists for this person. So this is the second process that we would do to add an unrelated person to the tree. So we are going to navigate to Family Search, and we are going to go to our personal Family Search page. So as soon as that's up, the secondary menu here, we want to click on Recents, and we are going to click at the very bottom of that list, Add Unconnected Person. So what this is doing is adding a completely new person to the family tree without any biological relationships. They're just going to be a floating island that we can then try to connect somewhere. So with this example versus the previous example where we already found somebody, if they are indeed a match, typically after we create this new person, there will be blue record hints popping up all over for this person, and we can easily merge it into an existing person if there is. But if there isn't, at least we've added them to the tree, and they can be found in other records and other sources as they pop up. So again, we kept this indexed record open so that we can just kind of copy and paste things over as we are creating this new individual in the tree. He is male. He's definitely going to be deceased. It's past the 110-year mark. We're going to go 1840 in Ireland. And we're going to make sure that we're standardizing as we go. All right, and we don't know any other information other than his father and mother were both born in Ireland, according to the census. But other than that, we're not going to input any other information as of yet. So we're going to click on Next, and it's going to, Family Search is going to say, hey, we think we found a few matches here. So there's this one that's already created, this one that has a lot of family relationships, and as well as this one that we had found earlier, right? So we can then take a look at each of those and see if they are indeed matches. If they are not, let's just assume that they're not, and we're going to create this new person. Again, it's easy to merge and do further research at a later date, especially if this is your community and you're going to be coming back to this individual many times. So there aren't any blue record hints popping up. So let's take his PID number and come back to the original source that we were working with and change this focus person to that PID number. We're going to compare and add over the new information, then come back to this new person that we created and refresh the page. All right, so there's no new blue record hints, but we do have this person created. So if we were wanting to do a complete and thorough look at this, we would then go back to those 3 that were suggested as possible duplicates and go through and merge those. Again, for community projects and things, you're going to want to be thorough. You want to include every single person that was in any given census at that time in that place. You wouldn't want to just leave a floating island out there. But as we are taking a look at sources, we're typically dealing with biologically related people, but this is the process that we would consider and how to add non-biologically related people to the tree. We can either go and find them, or we can create them as a new single person in the tree that's just floating. It's a placeholder for now so that we can do further research on that person.